Yo, we back
Yes.
with another episode of On the Scene. Hey, look, this is very special right here. This is a very special episode. Look, we don't get to sit down with superstars like this every Sunday alone. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what, Maubra, since this is so special, I'm going to let you introduce who we have here today.
Guys, let me tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys do not understand how excited I am for this interview.
Oh, my.
You guys do not know how much of a fan
That's right.
I am of Art Norman. I grew up watching Art Norman on TV.
Yes.
I have been a longtime friend of Art Norman, but I had never gotten the chance to meet him in person till today. So this is a very special interview. I am so honored to have you on
Thank
the
you.
platform.
Thank you both.
Welcome. Thank you.
Man, you're good. I've been watching you, man. He's good. He's good. Both of you. TV star over here.
Man,
Chicago Med.
He's been following me since I was running track in high school, you guys. He knows all about it.
Oh, I didn't know you that fast. Woo, Karen Jordan told me she's blazing fast.
you can run over there, Maubra?
Oh, yeah.
For real?
Oh,
We
yeah.
got to go out and
I
race
was varsity
sometime.
my freshman year.
Wow.
Varsity your freshman year.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Penny.
Wow.
That's crazy. What year was that, Maubra?
I ain't tell you.
1940.
No, I'll just mess with you. So look, I do have a question that I want to ask you.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just gonna start it off right here.
Go ahead.
I watch you on TV.
Yes, sir.
And I always wanted to know, where do y'all anchors live at? Like, where do y'all come from? The south side, the north side, the bird? Like, where were you living at when you was doing TV 5 days a week?
5 days a week. When I first got to Chicago and I realized what I was dealing with, I didn't know anybody. Nobody. Except the fraternity I was a member of, Omega Psi Phi.
Okay.
So I called the folks at Omega Psi Phi. I said, listen, where should I live? She said, well, I live in Hyde Park. Don't live on the west side. They were saying all these other places, but the point is, I wound up in Evanston because my insurance agent, Carl Davis, Prudential Insurance, says, come on, I got you. And I was looking in the newspaper, and Carl Davis had been arrested in Evanston for jogging while black.
Wow.
You know, and they called the police, Skokie police on him and all that stuff, Evanston police. And we had to go down to tell everybody, he is our minister. Second Baptist Church in Evanston. He is the man. And they let him go. But the point is, the community had to come out to let them know he did nothing wrong.
Right.
Wow.
You know, those things happen. Those things happen.
So look, our engineer telling us we got to push this down just a little bit.
A little bit. All right.
They want to see a sexy face. They say out there on the book. They said sexy face just like that. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Thank you. No, but coming to Chicago was a joy, and I found a nice place in Evanston, and then my wife found a job in Evanston. She was a public school teacher at District 65. She taught at Oakton Elementary School until she retired. And then, you know, cancer creeped into our lives, and ovarian cancer, it took her out. And it took her out so slowly, I had to retire from NBC because I did not want a home care person coming in, taking care of the lady that I lived with for all these many years. I wanted to take care of her, you know, so that's what I did.
Wow. Did your family tell you was crazy, you need some help?
No. I got two boys, and they're knuckleheads. But the point is that, Pops, we got this. I said, don't worry about it. I got this. You run your lives. You got kids. You got families. You take care of this. I got this. And they understood. They come by and visit. And I say, y'all got to leave. Y'all can't stay. This is still my house. So I let them know. But we did it out of love. It was out of love, and it was a slow death, but it was hard.
Wow.
You know what it's like. It's hard. So, but I weathered that storm, and during my convalescent years, I had to go. I needed some help. So one of the things my wife and I used to do all the time, we used to go to a place called Gilda's Club. It's for cancer survivors and their spouses. So we would go down there and we sit there. And this is while my wife was going through her radiation treatment. We would go there, sit there, talk to other cancer survivors. And then the next thing you know, I get a knock on the door, says, Art, you lost your wife. Come on in. It's like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. You're sitting around and you sit around and you talk. There are 8 people in the round. There are rooms up and down at Gilda's Club. And I sat there with 6 ladies and 2 guys. All of us had lost a spouse to cancer. So you sit with a psychiatrist 3 days a week, and it helped me heal. It helped me heal, and God works in mysterious ways.
Yes.
That's where I met my wife.
Wow. Bless.
Touching. Yeah. But those are real stories that happen to real people.
Yes.
And sometimes you got to hit bottom to know where you are. Yeah. And I hit bottom, and I'm still doing well. God has blessed me with a nice wife who's running Delta Sigma Theta in Western suburbs. I said, every time I look around, there are 15 women in my house. It's good.
I was going to ask you, do you keep in touch with some of the other people that was a part of the group? But you took one of them home. But never mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I want everybody to know I'm the former president of the National Association of Black Journalists. In Chicago, we're 700 strong. We are photographers, editors, producers, writers, from the Sun-Times, the Tribune, Harpo, Jerry Springer. We got them all. All the Negroes who work at these wonderful organizations are members of my organization, the National Association of Black Journalists. And I'm their leader. And I go out and I try to get young people, your age, come on, think about being a journalist. And I just came back from Notre Dame. I just went to Morehouse, recruiting people, said, listen, come on up. Come on, take the plunge. Okay, we have another note. Oh, them notes.
No. All right, look, there go our producer again, always bugging us. Look, we got a show to do, okay? All right, man, let's do our show. People ain't worried about that charge.
No, it's a labor of love when you're mentoring. And you look at the news now. Look at Channel 5 News now. We just hired a brand new anchorman. His name is Everard Casimir. He is from Rockford, Illinois. And for 6 years before that, he was my intern. Okay. He followed me everywhere. I went to a banquet, he sat there with me. Everywhere I went out on news stories. And I would interview the governor. And I said, Mr. Governor, Mr. Blagojevich, can you let him interview you for a couple of... And he said, no problem. He did the same thing with George Bush. I made sure that my interns got to meet all the newsmakers. Not meet them, but interview them, put them on spot. And today, he is the main anchorman on weekends on Channel 5 News. Wow. Black man mentored by a black man. That's what I'm talking about. Opening doors. That's what we should do with the National Association of Black Journalists. Maybe I get, it only costs $25 a year to join.
I was just about to ask you.
$25 a year. Come on now.
I need that information.
Come on. I'll even do it on installments. You can do it like a layaway. Say you bet $5 this week, $5 next week till you get to 25. But that's what we do.
So, now I've heard about that. I've been doing this for about 4 years now.
Okay.
Like you said,
I've been at NBC 41 years.
See what I'm saying? 41 years.
41 years, anchoring and reporting the news at Channel 5, as well as being head of the National Association of Black Journalists. And I ain't no joke. I'm serious. I'm serious about mentoring people to get in our business. I will lean on you, push you, shove you, but I will make sure that you're in a positive direction at all times. And I stand on the shoulders of greatness. Let me tell you a little story about NBC. NBC television in Chicago was the first station in America to put Negroes on TV. The first black to anchor sports in America was at WMAQ. His name is Greg Gumbel. You know him. Greg Gumbel, March Madness. Before that, he was at ESPN. But he was an anchorman at Channel 5 doing sports. And Jerry Taft was there. We had the first station in America to hire Asians on TV. We hired Linda Yu 40 plus years ago. And she came to work at Channel 5, and then she eventually went over to Channel 7. But the point is, and the first black to anchor the weather. Jim Tillman, if you know who that is. He's an American Airlines pilot, and he's a captain of an American Airlines. And he was on a flight from New York City to Chicago. And the president of NBC was on the flight. And he said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be partly cloudy and mild when you land in Chicago. So the president of NBC says, he's got a nice voice. Back then, you can actually walk up to the pilot, and he said, "Can I talk to the pilot?" And the pilot came by, and he sat him, and he talked to him. He says, "Can you come by NBC at the Merchandise Mart for an interview? We're going to do a screen test for you." He said, no problem. He said, do you know anything about meteorology? Jim Tillman says, all pilots know meteorology. We have to fly around the cloud formations. We must dice and splice it just right because we have 300 plus people on board.
Right.
So we have to do, I'm a meteorologist, yes. so he did that. And we think about, we had the first black TV station to hire a black woman, Carol Simpson. We got her from, she was at ABC, she former anchor woman at ABC, but she was a reporter at Channel 5. These are all the people that made, and then when I walked into the newsroom, no women. What's going on with that? No women. Walked around and said, man, this is a strange place. I'm a young kid from Baltimore. And they said, wow. I said, and then everybody smoked cigars. And I'm like, in the building.
Oh, man.
See, back then you could do that. And I'm like in the corner, like, and I'm looking at this guy, and his name is Len O'Connor. He's smoking a cigar. I said, Lenny, you're killing me with the cigar, man. and he said, who's that effing kid telling me to put out my cigar? And I got a call, leaned over, Paul Hogan and Dick Kay said, all right, learn how to breathe cigarette and cigar smoke, and you'll last a long time at NBC. Don't mess with the Irish mafia. I said, okay. No problem. Once you know the rules, you can play the game.
Right.
And so I played the game, and I've been there 41 years. Thank God, God's blessing. But the point is, those are things that happened to me on my watch, and I tell every young person I know what happened on my watch. We went to Indianapolis to integrate our newsroom with women. We went to, Jane Pauley was an anchor woman in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we went there and grabbed her and said, listen, you're going to do the news with Floyd Calber at Channel 5. And she said, okay.
So what did that do to the other stations? Because you were the first.
Yes, we were the first. And as a result of that, other people started joining. I mean, Harry Porterfield got a job at Channel 2. And Mitchell Ware got a job at anchoring. He became the first black anchorman at CBS. But the point is, those doors started opening up. And what made that happen? And I liked it. You've heard of Branch Rickey at the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's the white guy that owned the Dodgers and said, I'm going to integrate baseball because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So we have someone, his name is Ed Planer at NBC. He was the news director. And he said, I'm going out here and diversify my newsroom in Chicago right now. There were no pickets in front of the building, no one from the Urban League or the NAACP outside. They came and they got jobs. And that's what it's all about. And so we're hyped on the fact that we were the first, and I stand on the shoulders of greatness, you know?
Yeah. What was that environment like, though? Because being the first, it has to be kind of hard, you know?
It is hard. It is hard. It ain't easy. But the point is, they said, one day they said, listen, we got a shooting at Cabrini Green. And all the reporters were like, send Art, he's a new guy. He's a new guy. And I said, oh, no problem.
Right.
No problem. I want to go to Robert Taylor Homes, Cabrini Green, Altgeld Gardens, because I want to show people who are watching TV, not all Negroes have 4 teeth in their mouths. Not all Negroes have plastic bags on their head and say, I saw it. No, I'm not interviewing you. I'm sorry. I look for the best and the brightest of our community to interview on TV, and all of us should do the same. We need to tell more positive stories on TV about what's happening in the black community and the brown community. That is the mantra of that we must do. And I just love my job and what I do, mentoring and opening doors all along the way.
So it's funny that you brought that up, positivity. News media, we all know, it drives off negativity. So how were you able to sustain so long off positivity?
Well, you got to get in the community. You got to be involved in the community. You got to do more than just your job. It's fine to go to 9 to 5, you're a reporter, and you go home. You turn it off. Or you can go 9 to 5 and then get involved in the community. Find out what's happening at Rainbow Push. Find out what Jesse Jackson's doing, what impetus that he's working on to save people of color. And you go to different churches all around. I've been to every church, I think, in Chicago, speaking as a speaker for NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists, because I want to find out what's happening out there. I want to find it. And I remember sitting on the west side at K-Town, They call it K-Town. That's a nickname for all the Costner and all the K's. But the point is, Brandon Johnson, I met him as a young man. Wow. And now he's mayor of the city of Chicago. Right. Every time I see him, he said, Art Norman. I said, you can just call me Art. He said, no, Art Norman. It's like one word, Art Norman. I said, okay, all right, Mr. Mayor. He said, you can call me Brandon. I said, oh, no. You're Mr. Mayor. I remember I interviewed Harold Washington the same way. Wow. We always talk about the fact that he's the mayor of the city of Chicago. And he used to say, here's Harold. As a matter of fact, Vanessa Williams, you were talking about her earlier. And Vanessa Williams I'm sitting in the newsroom on the second floor at City Hall. And I'm sitting there by my phone. And all the Monroe Anderson, Chinta Strasburg, the defender, all of us are there. I get a call on my phone. It's the mayor. I said, Harold, what's up? Is something wrong? He says, no, you need to come up here. I said, who's up there? He says, Vanessa Williams. I said, shut up. She just won the Miss America pageant last night. How is she in Chicago the next day? He says, come on up here to the 5th floor. I ran up there and got a nice picture with Vanessa Williams. I put it on my Facebook page, but the point is, that's how it happened. I got a call from the mayor.
So if y'all ever thought if he was a brother or not, you know what I'm saying? You just heard he ran 5 blocks with Vanessa Williams.
Man, it was a, and I just came back from a cruise, and she was on the smooth jazz cruise, and she was one of the entertainers. And she said, hey, Art, how you doing? I said, wow. Can't believe you knew my name.
How does that make you feel, though? Like, because...
it's like putting money in the bank. You put money in the bank, I've followed her, and I know her. I'm getting ready to know you real good. And the point is, I will do research on who you are. Okay. I want to know what makes you tick. Why did you get up in the morning and say, I want to come here and be an engineer and a photographer? Why? Why do you want to be an actress? I want to know why. That's what reporters do. We're journalists. We record our own journals on who you are, and we put it all together and say, that's what makes Maubra tick. You know what I mean? She's a wonderful actress. Have you seen her on TV? Fabulous actress. No, and an all-star, Karen Jordan told me this. You were all-star track star at Evanston Township High School?
I was.
You're the fastest thing out there, huh? Man, you still running and exercise and all that stuff now?
I do exercise. I don't compete or anything like that.
And you're an RN.
I am a registered nurse.
Wow.
She does it all.
She does it all.
Does it all.
Man, I'm impressed. I've never met her until today. I'm just meeting her now for the first time. I am elated. I am charged.
Such a pleasure.
I'm gonna go back to you brought up the black journalists.
Yes. That's my thing.
For individuals that's out here just doing this freelancing, what would be the benefit of joining something like that?
Well, it's not expensive. It's $25 a year, and if you're a student in college, it's $15 a year. And what we do is mentor. We grab you. We say, what do you want? Like, we got a lot of high school students. We have something called the exposure program, where the editors of a lot of our high schools who look like me are part of our organization, and they can join, and then we follow them. We track them. What they're doing. And we do a lot more than just say we're the organization of Word, but we went to Father Michael Flager at St. Sabina Hospital, church, and said, Father Mike, can you do us a favor? I need someone to watch 2, 5, 7, 9, 32 for 5 days and tell us every negative story that was portrayed on TV. We need to get rid of that. That was what I wanted to do. And as a part of that study, I had to find $5,000 because he had the sisters from St. Sabina watching TV every night. One would watch Channel 5, one would watch Channel 2, watch 7, and they take notes. Every time they saw a man with a plastic bag on his head saying, I saw what happened. That's negative. And every time there's a shooting or something or a tragedy, you see these negative elements in our community, and you say, "Geez, why is that happening like that?" Well, it's atrocious that what we see, and we can do better. We as the people can do better. Somebody's Hold on.
I'm sorry. I wanted to ask about the photo of Obama. How was it to meet him?
Oh, Obama. I remember Obama. I met him. Barack Obama was running for alderman. He was running for alderman and I was covering his campaign. He was running against a legend, Bobby Rush.
Hey,
Man.
that's my pastor. Shout out Bobby Rush. That's my pastor.
So Barack says, all right, I think I can beat him. I said, why do you think you beat him? He said, well, he's been in Congress a long time, and I think the time is right for new blood. I said, are you that new blood? He said, yeah, he and Michelle were talking about, we can beat Bobby Rush. I said, man. So I'm there with my microphone and the live crew on election night. He lost. 90% of the vote went to Bobby Rush. Bobby Rush killed Barack Obama. Yeah. And I said, wow. Then he said, I think I'm going to run for the Senate. And after that, he ran for the Senate, state Senate, and won. And then after that, he ran for the U.S. Senate and won. That's right. And the point is, and I was there at the hotel where Dick Durbin sat him down and said, listen, I want you to think about running for president of the United States. He said, all right, Dick, I just got here. I'm a brand new congressman, senator. I can't do that. He says, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So they made him one of the speakers at the Democratic National Committee platform. And so he goes out and then he wins. Yeah. He wins big time. And I saw him at the Bud Billiken Day Parade, which is the pictures you're seeing. And so I said, Mr. President, do you mind taking a picture with my interns? He said, sure. Where are they? I called them over, and they took a picture with Barack Obama, and I left that on Facebook. I wanted everybody to know it was easy to approach someone like that, of that stature. And for those young kids who are now editors and producers and writers at different venues around, including the Wall Street Journal, Atlantic Journal Constitution, at WSB in Atlanta. They're doing TV all over the place. But the point is, they met Barack Obama in their infancy. And he was hugging them and talking to them. And they said, wow, this is cool, Art. He says, y'all stay with Art. He's a good guy.
Why is that important to you? Because we talking Barack Obama. We talking President Bush. Like, why is it important to give your interns a chance?
Because no one did it before. No one did. How did I get to the finish line? There was no Barack Obama there. There was no mentor for me. I had to do it all myself. I mean, I'm a product of the Tuskegee experiment. You just think about it. What happened in the 1920s? The U.S. government went to Alabama and poisoned black people. My grandfather was a sharecropper. And they said, if you want to be part of the Tuskegee experiment on syphilis experiments, you heard about that. And they injected him with syphilis. And he died. Wow. He died. My grandfather died. And my mother was born with the syphilis gene. The point is, these things happen to us. Now, the nice thing about it, President Clinton sent a letter of apology to all of those who were part of the Tuskegee experiment. So that's where I come from. I come from somewhere, he's from Alabama. And you think about all the people that have helped me along the way. I think of Condoleezza Rice. You ever heard of her? Yeah. Condoleezza Rice used to play the piano in my church in Alabama. Wow. She used to play and then her father was a Presbyterian minister in the church. And so she played the piano, and he was the one that talked to my mother. He said, listen, I want your son to go to one of them Negro schools. Negro schools. And so mother said, send him to Johnson C. Smith in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I went to school. Art Norman, you're going to go to Johnson C. Smith, and you're going to do fine. And my mother sent me to Johnson C. Smith. I'm from Bessemer, Alabama. My family is, but I grew up in Harlem because my mom, during the World War II, was a Rosie the Riveter. That was women building Navy ships at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And my mother was one of those Rosie Riveters. She'd take a rivet, bzz, bzz, and she'd build a ship. And those things happened. That's my life. And and I'd like to share those things with my young people, like you and like you. God bless you.
So do you like Chicago better than New York?
Hey, listen. Chicago is a clean New York. That's it. Chicago's a clean New York. New York's a rough place. It's a hard place to grow up, especially in Harlem. But the point is, I used to work at the barbershop in Harlem, and my job was to sweep, like Sam's barbershop on Church Street. I would be the 12-year-old inside the barbershop sweeping the floor.
Yeah.
Take the hair off the floor.
Harlem, they have a famous soul food spot out there. It's real good. Sylvia's. Yeah.
Man, I lived in there. I used to eat their the low-fat ribs.
They got low-fat ribs?
Yeah. That's why I'm so skinny now. I'm trying to gain some weight. No, it's a labor of love. You got to have fun. You have negative stories, but you can make them positive stories to make people feel good about listening to you. And that's what we do. We're journalists. We tell. It's a journal. And we have to tell the stories. And I think about the most famous story I've ever had. I'm doing the news in Baltimore, right? And the lady sitting next to me is Oprah Winfrey. She says, hey, you going to Chicago? I said, yeah. I said, y'all make big money in Chicago? I said, I'm starting at $48,000 a year. She said, shut up. We weren't making but 17 in Baltimore, but she said, you're going to make $48,000 a year in Chicago? I said, yeah. She said, oh my gosh, if I made that kind of money, I think I'm going to die of cancer. So I get to Chicago, I'm sitting in the newsroom, Oprah calls, said, all right, I just broke up with Tim, my boyfriend, Tim, who was a DJ in Baltimore. So I said, all right, I got to get out of town. I said, Oprah, you're in luck. I said, what's up? There's a guy named Rob Weller. He's leaving Chicago to go to Los Angeles to start something called Entertainment Tonight. That's his show. But he did a People Are Talking show in Chicago. And she said, all right, I want that job. So Oprah and I had the same agent. So I went to the president of NBC. I said, listen, you have a wonderful opportunity. On Wednesday, the president of ABC is going to interview Oprah Winfrey and thinks she's the top dog and my best friend in broadcasting, and you need to interview her now. He said, okay. All right, you're making me, driving me nuts. He took her out to lunch, 2-hour lunch, came back. I said, Oprah, how you do? She said, I think I talked myself out of a job. I said, how'd you talk yourself out of a job? He asked me, who would you pick? I got the #1 talk show host in America. His name is Phil Donahue on NBC. And someone that Art mentioned I never heard of, you. Who would you pick? She said, I'd go with Phil Donahue. But the point is, here's the divine retribution. 15 years later, I met the president of NBC at a black journalist convention. He walks up to me and said, Art, I'm hurt myself. I said, why? He says, because I'm paid to discover talent. Why didn't I see the beauty of an Oprah Winfrey while she was sitting right there? I had a 3-hour lunch with her. Why didn't I see that talent? Why? I said, well, because you think Vanessa Williams is your version of beauty. What you had in front of you was a dark-skinned, overweight, black woman with short hair, and you wanted her to be on your airwaves. And what happened next? She went on the air at Channel 7. And we were all sitting there, me, Carol Marine, Ryan Major, sitting there watching like crazy, like I'm got my fingers crossed, because I said, you got to knock it out the park, girl. And she knocks it out the park. And the first day she was on, the ratings jumped significantly. Second day, a higher jump. Third day, she was well ahead of Channel 7. And this is someone who looks like us. Overweight, short hair. She just had a beauty parlor meltdown in Baltimore. All the hair fell out.
Hold on, I'm not overweight though. Wait a minute.
No.
No.
Look,
okay, so look, because we almost at the end.
Okay.
First, I want to know what's that gift Oprah gave you? Because I know she gave you that a special gift. Like, hey, look.
No, the gift is knowing Oprah.
There we go. Amen.
The gift is knowing Oprah, and that she gives back. She builds schools in Africa, drills wells, water wells in Africa. And I remember I was emceeing her banquet at the Hyatt Regency downtown. And so I'm the MC. I got on a tuxedo and everything. I look good. Did I tell you I look good?
You look good, yeah.
Man,
they said you were sexy.
So I don't know about that, but the point is, so I'm sitting there and I'm the MC. So we're taking a break, everybody's eating dinner, and say, you got a guest at the front door. I said, who's at the front door? They said, well, let me go out to see. It's Shaka Khan.
Wow.
Shaka Khan and her publicist, Dionne Williams. So I said, Dionne says, all right, this is my client. Can she sit somewhere close to Oprah? I said, how'd you like her to sit next to Oprah?
Right.
That's where I'm sitting. I'm going to give you my seat. And so I said, follow me. I walked in. Oprah saw her, she said, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. And then Oprah went nuts. She couldn't believe it. They hugged and they kissed. And then Shaka Khan said, all right, can I sing a song? I said, sure, let me go tell the band what song you want to sing. And she sang one of them Rufus Shaka Khan songs, you know? But the point is, she sang the song and Oprah was singing with her while she was singing, you know, in the audience. But the point is, Oprah was elated. But the point is, you make that happen, predicated on your own personality profile.
So when you first find out you was famous, when you walk outside like, oh, wait a minute, people know me.
I'm not famous. The point is, I interview famous people. I mean, when Condoleezza Rice came to Chicago, I got a call on my cell phone, says, all right, we're out in front of NBC now. Come on outside and say hello. My daddy wants me to say hello to you. So I said, okay. I go outside and everybody said, that's Condoleezza Rice, all right, woman? I said, that's okay. She's a childhood friend. I've known her since. I mean, you think about it. I remember I asked her to speak at the NABJ convention, National Association of Black Journalists Convention. So I said, Condi, do me a favor. What? Talk about your best friend dying at a 16th Street Baptist church bombing, when the Klan killed those black girls. One of those girls was her best friend. Oh. I said, Condi, talk about that. Talk about what's the racism that you encountered in Alabama. Yeah. And you know what? She fell right into the groove.
Yeah. So look, because we getting at the end.
We at the end?
We at the end.
No more.
I have one question before we go.
Okay.
Before you go, Art.
She got a question.
Okay. Give me your top 3 tips, advice that you would give to the youth out there saying, I want to be a...
Well, if you want to get into journalism, remember, you can be a photojournalist or a writing journalist for the newspaper, radio, TV, magazine, or even the talk show circuit. You can do it. Just come to us, we'll mentor you and point you in the right direction, because that's what we do. And it is easy, $25 a year. NABJ.Chicago, NABJChicago.org. Go there, fill out the application, and you can actually pay it with your credit card.
That's right. You pay it with your credit card. Art said, don't even worry about paying with your credit card. He's going to take care of all y'all. He's going to give y'all free equipment. He's going to hook y'all up, okay? Just go to the website, okay?
Yes.
All right, so look, before we get up out of here.
All right. You got another question?
I got another question.
We got another question. Got another question.
All right.
I'm ready for you.
So we don't have that much time, so I'm going to have to do this short. I'm only going to ask you 2, okay?
2 questions.
Two questions.
It went from 1 to 2.
It's going to go to 2. Look, all right, this
you're the host.
Okay?
That's
look,
your show. Your show.
Okay, here we go. Important question. No, don't.
All right, don't look.
Come on, man. All right, here we go. Do hummingbirds hum because they can't remember the words?
No. It's the frequency of their wings.
Hey, look, Art, don't tell us about your education from OTV.
I'm a math physics major. That is my forte, math and physics. I know a lot about technology, especially physics. And my minor in school was English, because they didn't have journalism 40 years ago. You had to be an English major to do that. So I got both of those degrees. So
okay,
all right,
so you're very smart then.
No.
You're very smart. Okay.
I'm analytical.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Why is an 11 pronounced 1T1?
Why is 11 pronounced 1T1?
Yes.
I've never heard that.
Like it's 2 1s, so why isn't it like 1T1?
Because we borrowed the system from another civilization. We borrowed that because if you look at the number 10, which is right after just before 11, that was put together by another society, the Greek society, the Roman society. Those where our numbers come from, and that's how it all happened. Now, 11 is once is in Spanish, but the point is, you got to know the history of the numbers.
Look, Art, you ain't about to be giving the right answers to these people, okay? This is a comedy show, Art. This is not school, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Not at Harvard. You know what? The last question, then we're gonna get off of it. You messed up my whole show, okay, Art? Look, how much would you sell your phone number for?
Oh, it's free. I mean, it's free. I put it on Facebook. Everybody can call me.
So let's just say you say it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
So if I say, let me have your phone, and let me have your number, for the rest of my life,
absolutely,
I can have it.
Absolutely,
you're just gonna get another number.
When I met her, I gave her everything. Everything.
Art. You know what? I love
Everything.
art. I ain't got no more for 'em.
Well,
I just want to
can
say.
I ask you a question?
Well, go ahead.
How'd you get into this business? How'd you do this?
I think my mama and my daddy.
Yeah.
They had me like a long time ago.
Long time ago.
And I was like, I'm about to do this.
All right.
As soon as I came out, I was like, I'm about to do this. Whatever it was.
You're into technology? What was your thing? What was your thing?
No, how I got into it for real. I started off with music.
Yeah.
All my friends started getting shot and died.
Wow.
So I was like, I need to figure out what's next. Then I got into acting.
You're an actor too?
Yeah.
I'm an actor. I've done
All right, listen.
stuff.
Your mama just died and your daughter has cancer. What do you say? Bang, you're on camera. Bang. You're in a dramatic role right now. Bang.
I need a check.
You get to be paid first? What do you need?
That's what SAG say.
Oh.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You know we going through that fight right now.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what we talking about. People trying to get us to work for free. No, I'm just playing.
No, we are trying to hold down the fort on streaming. There's so much streaming. You're well aware of that because you're affected by that.
Mm-hmm.
The streaming. When she's on Chicago Meds,
mm-hmm.
I mean, we can stream that all over the world.
Yeah.
But she don't get paid.
Nope.
At all. So that's what the after fight is all about.
Yep.
We want to make sure you get paid. Now, if it was just on Channel 5 and at NBC in Los Angeles, NBC in Baltimore, she'd get paid. Mm-hmm. But now the streaming platform goes worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She needs to be compensated. And that's what Fran Drescher, the president of AFTRA, is trying to get us to focus on, because it's not about you, it's about somebody else. And you're the perfect example.
Yeah.
You know?
You know more about SAG than me. Are you part of all the?
I am a dues-paying member of SAG
Okay.
AFTRA.
You do pay your dues.
Absolutely.
Okay, I know a lot
And
of
it
people that
ain't cheap either.
It's not.
You cannot. In other words, if I don't pay my dues on time, I am not on TV. They will pull you off the air if you don't pay your after dues. Mm-hmm. So I said, that's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
Paycheck.
Yeah, I'm from the hood, so like,
Yeah.
I had a role and I didn't pay no dues.
Is that right?
They called up like, "Hey, look, no, for real, this really happened. Hey, look, we need them dudes to be taken care of.
Wow.
So, he hit that scene.
So how did you get into acting? Real quick,
How I got into acting?
because you're good.
It was by accident. My husband at the time, he wanted to be the actor, so I kind of helped guided him in that.
See, she said at the time.
At the time,
What happened to him? What
I
happened
ain't
to him?
never heard of no husband.
You see, the point is, see, you're talking to a journalist. We listen to everything, everything.
No, so yeah.
Y'all
so
got a divorce?
We are divorced.
Okay.
So
You catch him
so
cheating?
no.
We want to know why. Come on, no, we not gonna stop.
We are divorced. So when I got back to work,
Yeah.
they were like, Maubra, they're looking for real nurses on Chicago Med.
Hey.
I was like, oh, okay. So I had a friend,
Yeah.
shout out to Jose Santiago, who was playing firefighter.
Thank you, Jose.
Yeah.
On Chicago Fire. I reached out to him and he kind of guided us.
Is that right?
Nice.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, helping out each other.
See?
Right.
He's a
So
guy
then-
just like you.
That's how. So then I was doing that, on Chicago Fire.
What are you doing to get others into what you do for a living? What are you doing to make that happen?
Well, I have people that reach out to me.
What do you do? What do you do?
So I just tell them, give them steps on how to.
What do you say? I mean,
Well, if
go to
they've
acting school?
Yeah, if they've never done acting, I always tell them, background, because that's what it's called, background
Yeah.
extra work. So I usually tell them, start with that so you can get a feel for what it is to be on set. And then, take some classes.
I remember the Kumba Theater, the south side of Chicago, was where a lot of blacks get into acting. Jennifer Hudson went there to learn her craft. And first out, she wins an Academy Award.
Wow.
Isn't that great? Yeah. But it was black people who taught her how to act. And you're doing the same thing. Good for you.
So do you think black people act better than white people?
Good question.
I got him! And we have another episode of On the Scene with Maubra, Terrell, and Art. Take us out, Maubra.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We can't let you leave.
Uh-oh.
You definitely got to come back and hang out.
You got a gift?
That's right.
Of course.
Yeah, she got gifts. She ain't never gave me a gift, but you get a gift.
Okay, oh, ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
So you get your own on the scene merch.
Hey.
Wow,
There we go.
isn't that awesome?
Right side.
And you got a lot of purple on, and I think it matches your purple that you
Man, let me tell you.
I was peeping this. This is very
Said
nice.
purple and gold.
That's right.
Q-Dog.
Uh-oh.
Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay.
That's not for Prince.
No, that's
All right, go ahead, Marvin.
good line, good line, good line.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, thank you.
Before I let you go, you got to give everybody your handles where they can find you.
I'm Art Norman. Easy to remember, easy to, you don't have to spell it out. A-R-T, Norman, N-O-R-M-A-N on Facebook. That connects to all the other accounts from LinkedIn to Instagram, all happen there. You can actually look me up, put my name into a Google search engine. Google, there you go. And you can find everything, where I was born, who my mama, they say, who your mama is. Yeah. So the point is, you can actually look at all that stuff online, go to Google and just put in Art Norman. You say, gee, I didn't know he was there. Yeah. See, you learn a lot about a person.
I learned your favorite color was blue on Google.
How'd you figure that out?
I just typed your name in and it said your favorite color is blue.
Man,
Yeah.
he's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Man.
Valuable information, y'all.
Yeah.
But no, y'all check out Instagram, all his connections. Definitely check out Maubra's connections.
Thank you.
My connections.
Thank you.
And we definitely happy to have you here. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate it.
Such an honor. Thank you so much. You definitely got to come out and hang out with us again soon, okay?
Definitely.
How'd you come up with the purple and gold color? That's what I want to know.
Because purple is my favorite color.
Okay, okay.
You know that purple represents royalty.
Oh, wow. Good.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Of course you did. And I just love, I love gold.
Yeah. She got your name on the back too.
Really?
Yeah, it's in glitter. I'm just playing. And it's another episode of On the Scene. Check us out next week. If y'all just now tuning in, just rewind it and check us out again.
Right.
Let's do it.
Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay.
Last year, some Chicago high school students are making more than ornaments there. Art Norman joins us now to tell us much more about this.
Oh, it's a hot environment, but with a lot of positive energy. Many of these after-school matters kids thought things made from glass was something you bought at a store, but not anymore. Creativity begins at Ignite.
It's 1, 2, 3, come on. Beautifully done.
These young people are working like a team. They are depending on each other in creating glass-blown Christmas ornaments.
When you first start getting into it, it's pretty hard shaping the glass and stuff.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's really hot.
The young people gather the glass, heat it, roll it, shape it, and before work of art is actually created, a 9th grader from Marshall High School gives the glass life.
Blow hard, Tia. Hard as you can.
In the beginning it was hard, but once we really got to know each other, we got to know how to work around each other or work while everybody is there together.
When you work as a team, you teach your own team members how to do certain things if they haven't been here for, it's their first time. So you get to teach them what not to do and what to do, and they can teach you some things that you miss as you're learning.
The key to being proficient at this is to work in a warm environment, kind of bright, if the temperature of the oven that you're standing next to is 2,200 degrees. Most young people in the program are today better in school because after school, they are busy creating art from glass.
We've got several students who have gone to college for the first time in their families.
If I don't maintain the grades that I got, then my mom won't let me come here and do this, and I like doing it, so I keep my grades good so I can.
I'm gonna major in biology, and my program is gonna be pre-vet, and I'm gonna minor in art.
People have this perception of glass as being very breakable, but very fragile, but it's got some strength, and so do these guys.
Those kids are now the talk of the neighborhood. They're making and selling, and we're going to show you some of these props. Lots of holiday ornaments. To find out more, they're having a big fundraiser tonight, and they're watching us right now on TV. These are the props. They made it themselves.
Wow.
And this one right here, that's our content producer, our cameraman, Richard Moy. Looks just like him.
I love
Really
the
good.
detail. Look at that.
And these are great Christmas gift ideas. And
Yes.
They're benefiting from
And,
it too.
this is Mayor Daley's wife's kids.
Yeah.
Yes, and these
Maggie,
kids.
God rest her soul.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Art. All right, Brent Miller, we could probably go stand by that oven and stay a little warm tonight.
Hot to cold.
Spread that 2,200 degrees. All right.